welcome back everyone. You're watching Coastal Living. Now we got a cool Kids Corner segment for you all. We did something that's a little bit messy. So we have some friends you may recognize from a previous segment here on Coastal Living. They've been here before to promote their mermaid tribe. Wesley and Christian went out of their way to set us up for the perfect tie-dye session. They're going to teach us how to tie-dye. Check it out.
Hi, welcome to the Shack. Thanks for joining us for a tie-dye class. We are about to dive right in and show you guys how to make a tie-dye tee.
First off, we're going to start with the supplies you're going to need. You can get a tie-dye kit. You can either get it, I think Walmart sells them, or Amazon does for sure.
We got this one off of Amazon.
Yeah.
I think it was like $60, but it does way more than just one t-shirt. We carry a bunch of tie-dye here in the shop, and we're excited to show you how we do it. So,
your gloves, you're going to need those for sure. Some water. We're using bottled water for this, but you can use tap water.
just to fill your little bottles up.
Just to fill these bottles up. Rubber bands, obviously, to put them around the shirt to hold it still.
And this needs to be cotton based so it will soak up the dye. We've tried it on a few other fabrics, and cotton
is the way to go.
All right.
You want to put your gloves on,
Get
Mama?
the gloves on.
Put the gloves on.
Let's do it. And now we're gonna put rubber bands just so the dye doesn't get down into the glove. I like to put it on my wrist. And now we're going to actually fill the bottles. So we're going to be taking the lids off one by one. But you leave a little gap, that way you can shake it up because there's powder down inside there. So you're gonna shake each bottle. About like that.
And you want to go ahead and fill all your bottles first.
Yeah, about like that. Okay, so when you're shaking your last bottle, you're going to set them all to one area so we can swirl up the shirt. So you're gonna take your tee, take your rubber bands, lay the tee out kind of flat, and you're gonna wanna pinch the area where you want your swirl to start. So typically it's in the middle, a little bit high middle, like breast area. Swirl it just like that. You wanna show them close? Swirl it just like that. You're gonna wanna get it pretty tight. And then this part I may need some help for. Do you wanna do the tripod? Okay. So we're going to stretch the rubber band over the tee. We're going to be making triangles like a pizza pie. So you just go diagonal all the way across. It's definitely okay for it to be a little bit messy. That's what creates some of these really beautiful lines and the mix of color.
So you can't really mess it up. It's tie-dye. One of the key factors is make sure you saturate each piece of pie, like this one, then this one, and so on.
And I'm actually gonna go back and tuck some of these like actual loose edges. Try to tuck them into the rubber band a little bit. So I will start in one section. And you're gonna kind of massage it in, make sure it gets all the way soaked. If there's little folds, you flip them over. If you want more white space, just put less. I kind of like a fully saturated look like the shirt I'm wearing, so I just try to get it as thick as possible.
And I like the opposite. I like to personally wear some white shines through it.
Yeah, everybody's different, so you can have a little bit of fun with it. Tie-dye is super unique. Every single shirt is different. So you can put some personality to it. You're gonna wanna do both sides of the pie. Yes, and you'll see you're definitely not going to use, this kit does way more than one shirt, so I'll probably only end up using half the yellow bottle. So someone else could have definitely shared. Definitely an activity for friends. All right.
Just keep in mind, while you're doing it, there's going to be color that gets onto your mat or whatever, and just to make sure you clean it up in between each color. If you don't, it's going to get on each section you're doing, and you don't really want a lot of color overlaying into each section. It's not going to damage or ruin the shirt, but it's not going to give it each pattern its own little section.
Right. And our last color is going to be pretty dark. This one's like a midnight blue. Okay. So once you've got it completely saturated, looking something like this, you're going to put it in a plastic bag. Let it soak overnight, 24 hours, depends on how deep you want the color. So the end result is going to look something like this. Of course, you'll have those white spots depending on how well you saturated it. You can see a couple of white in the shirt I did. Other than that, each one's going to be unique and really fun, so just play around with it. Again, thanks for joining us at the Shack for a little tie-dye tutorial.